Hello and welcome, my fellow modeling and tabletop gaming enthusiasts, to the Mediocre Modeler Show. This week we're going to do sort of the first in a new series, you could say. We're going to look at one of the armies that I've got and that I've got in progress, one of my current projects. And that, of course, is kind of the theme of the last couple of weeks, is my U.S. Marines for bolt action. So, a little bit of background on this. I kind of, after doing a rewatch of the Pacific sometime last fall, early winter, and it's like, you know what? Marines would be pretty cool. Marines are pretty badass. So it'd be pretty cool to do an army for them. So that's kind of what got this started. And then with some, Christmas gifts for my wife and my kids of models that really kind of got things started. So it's where we're at. Or that's how I got it. And then I bought a bunch more at Adepticon. Because, of course, that's what you do at Adepticon. You buy a bunch of stuff. My original thought was to do more of a Guadalcanal era army. I think using the Guadalcanal selector from the Armies of America book, which of course is we've all seen by now. Those are all getting redone with the announcement of Bolt Action 3rd edition coming later this fall. So that'll be really interesting to see how that goes. But I wanted to do that initially, but after looking at the sprues, there weren't enough 1903 Springfields to outfit the entire squad with Springfields, which bothered me from a historical standpoint, but it's just a game, so I need to just get over it. So I ended up doing them more of an Iwo Jima selector theme. So we've got, I didn't use any of the 1903s. I think I did make one sniper, but I don't know if I'll paint that or not, because then I bought the weapon team set at Adepticon, so I'll have 2 snipers. So maybe I'll do both, and then I can just have an option of which one I want to pick, just whichever model makes me happier, depending on the day. We'll see. So that's kind of what I thought initially. So I initially wanted to do the more Guadalcanal theme, but then went with the Iwo Jima selector, but still bringing in some of the cool units, like 1917s. You got to have 1917s. I mean, 1919s are awesome. I got to shoot a semi-auto 1919. It was awesome. I just love the look of the 1917s, just the big, rugged, no-nonsense look of it. But I've got some other ideas. I've got a number of, plastic or resin Warlord models, as well as Rubicon models. I've also got some 3D prints of half tracks and stuff, like I backed this Kickstarter for STL files for almost all of the half track variants of the M3, M2, M5 half track, as well as the M3 Scout Car. So I was thinking, a T12 would be really awesome, which was, it's an M2 or an M3 half track with an anti-tank gun in the back, which Marines did use in the Pacific, which would be really cool. But I've also got a Sherman. So, when I can get some of these printed, definitely gonna get a T12 printed. That's gonna be awesome. But yeah, so this is just a look at what I've gotten completed so far. And then maybe in a future episode, we'll look at what I have in the stash to work on, or what I'm currently working on for that army. But we've got a lot of other stuff. I mean, I could look at my Solar Auxilia, or look at all the stuff that I have for various other games, which would be kind of cool too. So without any further ado, let's head on down, and I'll show you guys and gals, what I've got for my U.S. Marines for bolt action so far. All right, so we're going kind of freeform here. So here is everything that we have for the army so far. Pretty small, but off to a fantastic start, I like to think. Sorry for the wobbly and shakiness. I'll try not to do that again. So we'll just go ahead. So we've got the command team here, the 1917 team, 2 10-man infantry squads, as well as a war dog team. But we'll just kind of go through this. So to start with, here's my officer, my lieutenant. I just painted a little something on his base to recognize it a little easier. We've got the extra guy with the stretcher. We've got the radio operator, or the observer spotter, and then of course we've got the medic, which you can kind of see I did paint a little bit of a cross on his bag. Next up, we've got the 1917 team. Of course, the wonderful Warlord medals. Just love those, with a few little scenic elements on the base, just some dowel scratched up to make a little hasty emplacement, and like a blown up tree on the back of the base here. So this whole unit and this one, those were gifts for Christmas, as well as the 2 infantry squads, and then this I just bought recently. Of course, these 5 are all metal. Yeah. Then we've got the War Dog team, which is also a metal model. I was able to find this at an online retailer, so definitely picked that up. I thought that would be pretty cool. First time painting like a dog, so it might not look great, but I think it's pretty cool. I think it's going to come in handy, definitely, in games, helping find hidden units. And then, of course, we've got our 2 infantry teams. So 1 and 2. I think this is actually the first one that I made, and then I just completed this one just over the last weekend. So they are set up identically. So they're each 10 men. I think I can add a few more. I just decided I was going to just start with 10. So they all have a sergeant with SMG, and then they have a second guy with an SMG. We've got 2 BARs, so there's one there, the second one there, 1 shotgun. Right there's our shotgun dude. So then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys with rifles, I think is right. 4, yeah. So then 5 guys with rifles. So then this squad is set up the exact same way. So we've got sergeant with SMG, we've got another SMG there, a guy with a shotgun, 1 BAR, 2 BARs, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rifles. Didn't quite have enough rifles, so some of them have M1 carbines, which is fine. It does essentially the same thing. Although one thing that each member of this entire army has in common, partly because they're molded that way on some of these metal ones, but also with all the plastic ones, I made sure to made a point of it. Just the little insert that comes with the plastic kit, just comments about how they had multiple canteens, so I made sure everybody has a canteen for those hot Pacific days. Just kind of a tiny little thematic theme. I'm assuming this guy, yep, he's got one too. That's one thing that I really do like about all these metal ones, is they modeled these so incredibly well, and definitely keep them all within a nice similar theme. Oh nope, our wounded guy doesn't have a canteen, and these guys might not either. But they're manning a machine gun, so they're in a relatively stationary position. So, you know, they can send someone to run and fetch some water, maybe. Probably not. But, so yeah, that's what I've got so far for my U.S. Marines for bolt action. And there you have it, folks. As always, that's what I've gotten done. So, a pretty good start. I mean, I could play some games with what I have right now, small-scale games, just to learn the rules, which maybe I should do that. Will that happen? Spoiler alert, no, it probably won't. I like painting too much. I mean, currently I've got a mortar team, medium mortar team primed, ready to be painted. I've got, I can't remember which ones they all are from here. I think I've got a bazooka team, a forward observer, or probably use it for a mortar spotter, actually, as well as a second medic. Built from the plastic kit and primed already, so those are ready to be painted as well. So those will probably be the next additions, and then we'll probably look at maybe adding some heavier stuff, maybe get that Sherman painted up for it. But we'll definitely keep you folks updated on where that project is headed and when those projects hit the bench, and how progress goes. So thank you very much, folks, for watching. I sure do hope you enjoyed the show. If you feel so inclined, please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, may your paints be thin, your brushes be pointy, and your dice be hot.